Okay, all good. Now, we've obviously gone through a bit of a building. So I like to liken this to construction. My brother's a builder, and I sort of in his business helping him like with his every need that he has with marketing. And so I liked that's kind of where the analogies have come from with like the concrete slab and then, the frames, the first fix, the second fix. And it's the same as your business. If the foundation isn't right, then the next part won't work and the next part won't work. It will for a while, but then you'll come to a point where you're like, Mina, where you just said, I feel like that I named my business this, but then I also do this and I'm growing over here, but I can't seem to reconnect back to myself to tell the story and make the message work. And I want to share that I'm helping my parents and like how does that help with their mind, body, soul, like, but it all intertwines. And I think if you can get really good at like understanding how you work and how like all of the things that make part of your life work and the services that you have in your business to turn that into transformational messaging. Like it's clever, but it's hard. And that's what draws people into you because they say, well, if she can do it, then I can do it. Or if she can have that result for that person, like I love that story and I'm drawn, maybe she can also help me, but you've got to like be able to do the work to get the result. So anyway, we've built the your health brands foundations. We've aligned your digital health footprint yesterday, and today I want to help you to optimize your content. So there's lots of juicy things today. Again, I'm not going to introduce myself because I've got these slides, but I just think Helene, is it? Is that how you pronounce your name? Thank you for joining me. But yeah, I'm not going to do the whole introduction again today because we've obviously been together for a few days. But welcome. I'm Hayley. I'm glad to have you here. If you've watched the recordings from the last 2 days, that's awesome. So today we're going to build on that. I've got some really cool things in store for you. I can't believe that we're already at day three. It's gone really fast. So today I want to help you to bring it all together because this is where I think we turn everything that you've learned into action, and the kind that attracts the right clients. I think that will help you to build trust and help your business grow while saving you time. Just a quick question. Who, and I'm sure you're all going to answer yes, feels like that creating content sometimes takes forever? Yeah, I do too. But hopefully I can
Once.
share some things with you that will help you. Let me just get the chat open. So I like this to be really interactive. It's a kind of a hybrid of slides and not slides and just me teaching you. I think that you're not alone. I see you. It's hard to create content. I've been there. I'm there some days, staring at a blank screen, wondering like what to post, trying to make it sound right, feeling, yeah, I just started using, yes, the perplexity of AI. Yes, but I've built a couple of custom chat GPTs, and I've got one to share with you today that will help you to create content. But it doesn't need to be hard, and that's what I want to help you with. And it doesn't need to take all day, and it doesn't need to feel like a full-time job. Because I think when you understand your brand, your message, how to combine to use AI strategically, you can create an entire month's worth of content, which is what I want to show you today in less than an hour. That feels like it's you speaking. Now, that's what we're going to do today. But here's the thing, I think in your industry, I know from, and I've found through the clients that I work with and worked with, that people don't buy quickly. They need time to trust you. They need time to see that you're credible, that you're consistent, that you show up. And by showing up, that you actually care. And that's where your content comes in. And you might think, oh, it's not getting results, it's a waste of time. But people see you and it takes time. And I think every post, every blog, do you, Tanya, do you have a blog? No, okay. That's one thing that we work on. So in week 2 of the magnetic marketing formula, which is my 8-week course, we look at SEO and helping your website perform better. Because again, like I said yesterday, that your website is your own asset. So if you can, and I've got some good keyword research tools that I use that are free that you can use to frame, and some listening tools to see what people are actually searching for. There is so much to do in this marketing space that you need to just break it off in small little pieces, do a little bit at a time, and then yeah, I haven't had a chance to see yes. Yeah, and too scared to start with a website. I know, like website is a big job, but that's why so this course is 8 weeks, but there's 6 modules. And so there's time for us to spend a bit more time on a subject that, people are having trouble with. And I know that Google profile was one of them that had a hands up. And I know that obviously the website is massive. Tanya, I have had a look at your website. It is really good, but if you don't have a blog, I think there's a great way to start, but don't just start like randomly. I think you need to like listen to what people are saying, like, and Googling and then answering those questions. So we're not here to talk about that, but that's just a side. I always digress because I want to give you everything, but I know that I can't because we only have like, I promise this would be 45 minutes because, I don't want to take up your whole day. But I think that AI can help, and it builds trust. Anyway, we'll swing back now. And so I want to talk about not just posting content for the sake of posting it, but building content that shows that you're empathetic, because it's really important in the health space and that you are creating trust. And then that's the thing, over time, when done consistently, that turns your followers and new audience into people that will book with you. And that's the thing that lets a lot of businesses down, is the consistency part, because it all becomes too hard. And then that's over time, they say what you do now in your business, in terms of consistently showing up in your marketing, you'll reap the results in 6 weeks' time. And that is so true. And I've seen that time and time again in my business, because I think when you can show that you're a safe place, people say yes more. And that's just the truth. So I want to just share with you some slides, and I'm so proud of uh, my clients, that I've got a few little mistakes, common mistakes that I've seen. I'm just going to go to, hello, good to see your face. This is a safe space. So just, I encourage you to ask me any questions or anything. Like, it's not rigid. I'm live. I'm here to help you. So, okay. So there's three common mistakes. This is something that I've seen a lot. No strategy or the wrong strategy. So we like make stuff up as we go. And then this is one of my clients, and I love her so much. I've worked with her for a really long time, and I just wanted to share like some testimonials with you, because I think like what Anne felt before she started leaning into her marketing is what so many of us feel, especially in the health space, that you rely solely on referrals and hope people would just find you. It feels overwhelming, and you start to see a lot of other people showing up, and you're like, how could I do that? Until you just, like my mantra, and if you work with me, you'll know that done is better than perfect every single time. And, you say that I want to wait till I'm confident to show up. But the reality is that you become more confident when you show up. I have left the very first videos on my Instagram account up long time ago to show you how crap they were. But over time, and I thank like God for my podcast, is I've just gotten heaps better. And that's why I was like, well, I'm not going to run this workshop like with slides, because I know my material and it's heaps better when I'm more interactive. But I am showing you these slides and then we'll stop. But the second one is panic marketing. Like, just give me like your hand in the chat if that's how you post sometimes to your socials. It's like, oh my God, a week's gone by and I haven't done anything. And then you just throw something up. Yeah, me too. And so then I've got D. So D is a client of mine from Perth. Tanya, are you from Perth?
Our clinic is in Perth. I live in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, nice, nice. So
Yeah.
I was on Koshi's Business Builders last year. I don't know when it was. Anyway, she saw me. She creates, so with health businesses, she's very, Dee is uh creates protective clothing that are SPF friendly, where the sun is quite bad in Perth, and she's created and manufactured these sort of arm sleeves and hats and neck sleeves to help protect people from the sun. And her dad died from melanoma, and she's very conscious of her health and has created this. So there's a lot of service-based businesses that work with me, but also some product-based businesses in the health space. And then the next one is growing followers, not sales. Now, I just want to stop here and say with number three, so this is Suzanne, and she's a holistic hypnotherapist, but I want to say that if you don't think about the amount of followers collectively that you have. So say like we look at LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, think about, so you've got 50, let's say you've got 50 followers on your Instagram account. Now you could fit 50 people into a small cinema and you will be standing at the front talking to them. And if they are all 50 of your ideal clients and they came to you tomorrow and said, we want to work with you, could you service them? Probably not. So, like, the numbers don't matter. It matters if they are genuine and they are interested. So don't think about growing the numbers. Try not to think about that at all. It is a vanity metric and it never did anyone's mental health any good. It is about you serving the people that you have in your world and serving them well with, tips and tricks to make them healthier in some way, shape, or form. Education as well as a little bit of entertainment, because that's never hurt anyone. It is always the way. Whenever I post something that has nothing to do with anything, it goes so well. And then when I post things that are important to my work, you just can't. Like, it's just the way it is. But you need to have that mix, right? Okay, so my notes, here we go. All right. Now, I think my notes say that I want to talk about AI because it's one of my favorite things, and not as a robot. Okay, so more as a bestie. I've got not as a replacement, but as a bestie. So I think when you can use AI in the right way, it gives you structure, it gives you consistency, and it gives you your time back. And I was going to share this with you at the end, but I'll share it with you now. So I've built a custom magnetic monthly content planner for you. I'm just going to share this with you quickly. Um, so Helene, if you don't have the one from yesterday, so this is her. She's got the same face. That's my little brand girl. If you don't have, there's two that I've built that I've shared I've got a brand voice architect. So Helene, I'm not sure you have this, but I'm going to share it in the chat box anyway. Okay. Yeah, my posts are rare and random. You have to get better at not rare and random. Okay, so copy that. That's from yesterday, um, where you can start to learn what your brand voice is if you haven't done any work on that. And then this is our content planner. So copy this and paste it into your Chat GPT. So this is my 30-day content planner. Now, there's lots of questions that it will ask you. So just lean in and respond because that will give you the best outcome. So does everyone, we'll have that. Oh, there we go. There's a cool face. All right. So I digress, but I know I put that at the end, but I don't know why I did that. That was silly. Okay, so I think when you can use her, we'll just call her a her. She's my superhero girl. Um, and it's Haley Kate. She's a cool chick, and I will show you actually if it's up here, I've got it in my office, and I should have actually had it down because she's super cool. But give me 1 second. I know we digress, but this is kind of like the brains behind. You're probably thinking like, who is this girl? Who is this girl? This is the actual girl that was made. And then it got turned into like a vector file. So this is like the creativity. And then that QR code goes to my website. Now, if you had told me a few years ago that this is where I would be, I would have laughed. But it came from consistently showing up. It came from consistently putting myself out there and having the courage to do it. And that's what I'm trying to teach you at the same time. And that's things that we go through in in my course. Anyway, so what I do teach in the magnetic marketing formula is your strategy, your voice, and smart AI. So building on what I've shared with you here to help you with effortless aligned marketing and give you a bit of a plan, right? So at the end of it, we can only touch on a little bit like today, yesterday, and Tuesday, but at the end of it, you'll have a year worth of marketing strategy. Sounds complicated, but it's not when you know how. So um, in terms of AI, let me sort of talk to you about what I mean in terms of effortless, right? So let's say you're a nutritionist and you want to create a post about gut health. I would use a prompt. So use my content planner, but use a prompt like, and I've got it written here, write a 3-paragraph Instagram caption about the importance of gut health in a confident, educational tone for a holistic nutritionist. I'm going to put that in the chat just because if you want to copy this, you can. And when you get prescriptive like that, it will give you a really good answer. Now, I think it gives you a really solid start and a good answer, but the real trick is editing it to sound like you. You add your stories, like your personal stories, your experiences, and your tone, and it gives you a really good structure, but you're the one that brings the soul, right? You're the one that brings this to life. And that's the differentiator because I had a client once say to me, I was like feeling so pumped. I spat out all these cool posts from ChatGPT, and then I like scheduled them all in a month in advance. And then I was scrolling on my socials one night and I saw one of my competitors. I thought she'd copied me because the caption was exactly the same. And I was so angry that they were copying me until I realized that I didn't write that content. It was AI. And I was like, oh my God, sorry. That's why I say you have like that's the worst thing that could happen, I think, is for you to sound like someone else. And what if your clients see it? So it's important that you have a nice mix and add your soul in there and your stories and your background to be able to help you. So that's a nice little story. I digress, but the perfect partnership is that use this for good, but it's not you. It can never be you. It's not your voice. It's the best research tool. So when I first started my podcast, I used to not be confident enough to just speak. And I didn't like to say a lot of ums and ands and pauses. And what if I ended up waffling? Like, they are punchy and educational. And I used to write this whole script, like the whole transcript, and I used to read from it. But now I just almost write the subject that I'm going to talk about, a few key dot points, and then I just go for it. And that's how much it's changed from me showing up. And I think it took about 50 episodes to get to that point of being really confident. And now I'm at 174 episodes, and I've been approached by a major bank to sponsor the podcast, which is super cool. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go through with it, but because I have to stay true to myself, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So, I think if you can focus on education, connection, and then promotion. Obviously, you do have to invite people to work with you if you want, you need to tell them about your services, but make it fun. And I think AI can definitely help you to save time. And you can use this planner to plan, organize, and create magnetic content in under an hour. Now, before AI, I used to teach on something, and I'm going to share the slide with you because I think it's important that we also go back to basics. This is, can you all see my screen? I'm not going to share the whole thing. You can just see it like this. I used to teach, and this might be something that you want to think about, is think about what your photo topics could be and think about what your caption categories could be. Okay. And then when you put it all together, the next slide, these come up in a really fancy way, is, you've got a different photo and a different caption to talk about almost like for weeks and weeks. So this was before I built that chat custom GPT. So this was a way that I used to come up with really cool content. So my caption categories, and they're still true to this day, is, captions about me, captions about my membership. So I have a course, which is Magnetic Marketing Formula, and I have a membership. Now the membership is open for anyone to join, but the course, it runs in cycles. So it's not, and that's what's open at the moment. My podcast, tips and tricks behind the scenes, what I'm loving, why I do what I do, what motivates me, the advantages and benefits of working with me, and my services. So these are all the captions I talk about. And then the photo topics, so pictures are, sport, my lead magnets, testimonials from clients, positive quotes. Podcast is one every week. I used to post funny jokes. I don't really do that anymore. Like superhero jokes, but I kind of got over finding them, and I used all the jokes I knew, so I'll stop doing that. Marketing gossip. So I try and go live once a week with a marketing gossip section. Family, so husband, neon used to play a really big part in my brand, hence the background. It doesn't really anymore because I just wanted to branch out, and I changed. And pictures of me because that's my credible source. And so this used to be how I would teach how to create content until AI came about, which is crazy to think about, right? That it was just recently. But if you want to go back to basics and think about like, well, what are my caption categories? What photo topics do I have? And then you can intertwine them and get quite clever and not say the same thing over and over. And what happens is when you don't put in the work to come up with content and strategy, you end up resorting to selling. Buy my this, book in for a 30-minute consult now. Like that, you may as well not post anything because that's not what social media is about. If we go back to basics, social media is about being social. So your marketing is about being social. It's not about selling, but you also need to sell because we're a business, right? So that has to be intertwined in a really clever way. So there's a really nice balance there. And that's we do talk about social media we go deeper. So in the magnetic marketing formula, I actually put the link here because I keep talking about it, but I haven't actually shared it with you guys. So if you want to have a look at my course, and here's the little girl again, she just appears. I love her so much. uh, and it was just so I had not long met my husband, and it was one of my birthdays, and he made me the doll. So then he turned it into a vector file and animated her, and here we are. Okay, so they're the things I wanted to teach you today, really, is share my custom GPT with you. Share my old school way of teaching how to create say old school. That wasn't that long ago. It was like a couple of years ago. So this is my older way, which it works. It's a foundation. And why try and change something if it's not broken? I know that AI really helps me and is a great research tool, but it's not the end game, I think. Does anyone have any questions at all? Yes.
Uh, yeah, so when you're talking about sort of interspersing, so I haven't even got to post, but I'm a real foodie, so
Yeah.
I've got my phone is full of photos of food. Is that sort of when you're talking about pictures of yourself?
Yeah. So
This is how ignorant I am of the whole
yeah. So what's your
this
business?
naturopath.
Beautiful. Okay. So naturally you would have pictures of food, but you also, I would love to see pictures of you because then people, what's your business name?
Helene Joy naturopath.
Nice. I'm gonna just write that down so that I can remember.
So it's yeah.
I think that posting pictures of food is awesome, right? Because you obviously that's your love, but you also need to share pictures. I think if you feel confident enough of yourself, and again, like you do it once and it feels really like daunting, but then the more you do it, the more confident that you become. Like if you saw, like I have a photo shoot, and part of my old teaching was, a brand photo shoot is always a good idea because you don't always feel like showing up, every day as you, but you have a bank of content ready to go that you can just draw on at any time. You can use it for your website. Say you get asked to speak at an event, they're going to want a photo of you. And so you've always got that as a go-to to share with people. And if you saw on the first day as well, I've got my marketing one sheet template. Do you use Canva at all? Sorry, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Helene.
Um, no, because yeah, I'm still. Uh, I used Word to make a brochure
Yeah.
for myself. I've been meaning to use Canva because it would make it a lot easier. But
Oh,
it's
you know
another thing.
what?
I've only just finished graduated last year, but yeah, my
One,
degree late in life.
look, I think there is nothing wrong with that. But if you are keen to learn, which you clearly are, start learning how to use Canva. So click on this link. That is a link to my template for my marketing one sheet. Follow the bouncing ball and see how you go. Delete all my words and my photo and replace it with your own branding, your colors, and everything. And then, yeah, use that as a little stepping stone to lean in to learn more about Canva because that will help you so much in your business. So, so much.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Tanya, yeah.
Um, can, do you mind talking a little bit about tech and like the easiest tech for newbies, like to create reels and
Yeah.
edit
Oh,
videos and stuff?
I love this topic. Okay. So, so your best, and I've got this right here. Your best friend is going to be your photos, like your photo reel and your camera. Okay. So that's where it all should live. Do not build any reels or anything in Instagram because you will spend so much time doing it. I mean, if you know that it's going to be quick, do that. And if you've got a cover photo and a caption ready to go, and you want to add in the video, you can, and then post it live. Like I have a hybrid where I schedule some stuff and I post some stuff live. But if you get a phone call in between and you've spent 25 minutes working on a reel, see you later. And like, I know you've got staff, like you would run a tight ship like me. That time is like of the essence. And so I use CapCut, the best thing. Do you use CapCut?
No.
Yeah, okay. So CapCut is the tool that you need to build. So CapCut that's the app. This the black and white one in the middle with the kind of ridge, if you can see.
Yeah.
And that's what I use to build all of my reels, and I use it for my clients as well. And there's a desktop version and a phone app. And on the desktop, you can move heaps faster. And I love that so much. We go through tech in one of the modules inside the course. And so there's a lot more too. I use a teleprompter sometimes as well. And I use, because sometimes you can't remember what you want to say, but like my brain is full of things. So if you were to ask me about something small with like pricing or I don't know, I probably forget, like I can't retain everything. And so if you've got a key message you want to deliver, using a teleprompter is really good. Have you ever used one of those?
Yeah, I've got a program called Big View that we can put script in and then
Yeah, it's so
we
good.
can, but yeah, we're just new, just very new to it. Yeah, but the teleprompter is good.
Yeah, and then use CapCut to edit, and then you can
Okay.
all yep, and then you can also use Instagram have a tool called Edits. And that's really good as well. I've used it a little bit, but I always go back to CapCut because I think that's just the best and the bee's knees. And there's a desktop version, and I've got my mouse speed set on super high, so it moves very fast, and I've gotten used to it, and I just move like the wind. So that
Right.
that would be my tech recommendations. And I have a huge tech stack in my world to just have like the systems and the processes, because if I didn't have a lot of it automated, and I've learned that over the years, I would be like just treading water.
Yeah. There's so
But
much out there, like from, oh God, from your autoresponder to your CRM to your everything. It's a lot, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. And
It's a
like
lot.
I've got when you say CRM, I've got some email scripts and things ready to go to share with my clients when someone comes into your world and they want to subscribe to your email. Like that is a warm lead, so they need to be nurtured well. And so within your CRM, one of the weeks within the course is all about that and nurturing your audience. And I've got some scripts where you can plug into your CRM, and then you can day 2, day 6, day 8, it triggers an email to know that, like to let them know that you care. And, I offer for my own scripts, like things that you would have seen them as you come into my world, like podcast episodes that might help you with this as well, and like different free things that I know will help you on your journey. So I share the generic ones I've built that can help you to just add them into your business, because they're things that take time, and I think they get forgotten. But you want to nurture your clients, right? So that they keep coming back and they also say great things about you. So
Yeah.
I hope that's helped a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Well, that's kind of it, really. I think that over the last 3 days, we've built our foundations, we've aligned our digital footprint, and then you will create a content plan using my little bot that will help you to build the trust, the consistency, and then those things will lead to sales. It's just that's what happens. And where your energy goes, money flows. And I know that's such a cliche saying, but it is so true. And we've done a lot. I've covered so much, but this is just the beginning. And I think that if you've loved what we've done together the last couple of days and you want to keep the momentum going, I would love to personally invite you to join me inside the Magnetic Marketing Formula. And I think, yeah, that's all I want to say, really. I think when your marketing really works for you, everything changes. You get your time back, you get momentum, and then you start to feel a bit freer in your business, and your brand becomes really magnetic. And yeah, that's it, really. So thanks for showing up this week. I'm really proud of you guys. And I would love to see you start to shine through your marketing. So, any more questions at all? I've
Thank
got I've got
you.
a couple of slides. Like I've kind of shared everything, but I really didn't want to be like the slide. sort of salesy, focusy kind of thing. But if you are interested, I'm just gonna like not professionally share my screen here, but I'll just share these slides with you. That this is the backstage pass to what we talk about. So if you haven't had a look in the website yet, we go further into setting up those foundations. Then we'll create a highly converting website for you, which is something we haven't touched on these last few days. And then we will look deeper into your marketing messaging and then develop your lead magnet and your client journey funnel, which is really important, like you just asked me, Tanya, and then activating this plan that we're building and then crafting your 12-month plan. Because I think if you don't plan, then you kind of, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Like I have all these cool sayings, and that's it really. Yeah, and then you'll have a supportive community, and there's a couple of guest expert bonus masterclasses in there, and that's my little chick, and that's it. So I'm going to say thank you right on time. Haven't wasted anyone's time. And then with working with website, do you work with Squarespace? Yes. So I built my first website in Squarespace, and one of my clients uses Squarespace. So I know everything about Squarespace. I know everything about WordPress because that's where my website is built. And I know everything about Kajabi because that's where my CRM is and all my landing pages are. Tanya, what do you use?
Go High Level and
Yeah,
WordPress.
yeah, yeah. And go high level, that's specifically for like the health industry, isn't it?
No,
No?
not at all. No,
Okay,
no,
cool.
it's
Um,
for any industry.
nice. Okay, okay. Go high level WordPress. Yeah. So do you edit the back of your website yourself?
No,
No, okay. Yeah. I can
I
teach you.
mean, I want to get my hands on it because it's got some issues with it that I could just really easily fix. But yeah.
Yeah, I can teach you how to do that in the back of
Mm,
WordPress as well.
mm.
It's not hard when you know how like anything, but I think when you have to learn something new and it's not routine, it's like, oh, it's like that little stone in your shoe that you keep walking around with until you eventually have to take it off and empty it. Because you can walk
Yeah.
around with it for a while. And Helene, what do you have a website? Let me take you off.
No, so my sort of embarrassing because this is on a recording, but my tech is um 0 to minus. So I registered a website name and I have there's a free thing for building your website on that. So
Yep.
um and
So
that's
I think we are
even
living in an era and an age right now where it has never been easier to build a simple website for yourself. I think that it is you just lean in and you follow the bouncing ball. When you get a bit more technical and you start to add things in, that's where it gets harder and that's where you probably need a hand. But to get just a simple landing page up with a few key messages, it's not that hard. Yes,
okay. So I'll just have to stop the procrastinating
correct. Yes,
and get
yes.
on with it. So
And
yeah.
I'm a great motivator, so you are. All right, guys.
Thank you so much,
It's been
Haley. Thanks,
awesome.
thanks everyone.
Looking
Thank
forward to
you. Nice
going
to meet
through
you all.
the recordings
The
that you did.
recording. Yep. And I'll
Get
upload
onto it now.
today's once we're done, and then you'll have the
Thank you
whole
so
suite.
much.
All right.
Be nice to
Beautiful.
See you
you, Haley.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.